Welcome, welcome. Everybody's coming on in. Greetings. Hello, hello. I think we got about 1,000 people coming in. Almost 1,000. Good to see you all. Welcome. I'm gonna keep on saying welcome about 2,000 more times. Good to see you all. Yes, thank you so much for being here. Welcome. I think someone's giving me a high five with his hands up. I'm not sure yet. I'll say that's a high five. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. All right. Well, it is definitely good to see you all, and good morning and good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. And welcome to this very special occasion as we celebrate the remarkable career and legacy of President Katrina Rogers. My name is Brian Lopes. I'm your Senior Executive Associate to the President. It is a privilege to welcome you to this special celebration. Today, we're gathered as a community to honor her incredible leadership, her unwavering dedication, and perhaps most importantly, her kindness. You know, when geographers study a landscape, we often talk about layers. You know, geological strata that reveal the history of a place. Each layer tells a story, showing how time and pressure and care have shaped the land we see today. In many today's, our institution Fielding has those very layers, formed not by forces of nature, but by people, by you, who pour their heart and soul into them. You know, when we look back at Fielding's history and maybe 2,000 years from now, one of the most significant layers we're going to see is what was created by President Rogers. It's a layer defined by kindness and care, passion, and unwavering dedication to our community. This layer isn't just a marker for time here, it's a foundation that will continue to shape Fielding's identity for years to come. You know, President Rogers has led with compassion and vision, has strengthened Fielding's mission, connected us more deeply, and inspired countless lives, like the ones in this room right now. Today, we have the privilege of celebrating her legacy and honoring the incredible contributions she has made to this institution and to all of us. So, hey, we have a wonderful program ahead. I'm sorry there is no singing for this part of the program, as usually for live events. We have a program filled with heartfelt reflections and inspired tributes. Before I begin, I would like to take a moment to recognize all our dignitaries, special guests, members of our Fielding community who have joined us today. Your presence makes this occasion even more meaningful. So it is my pleasure to introduce someone who has worked closely with President Rogers through her presidency. This is our Chair of the Board of Trustees and Fielding alum, Dr. Gary Weckenheim. So please join me in welcoming him to the virtual podium.
Thank you, Brian.
Dr.
Thanks for that wonderful analogy. That was so well said. It really painted the picture in my mind about Katrina and her importance for this institute and beyond. So, Katrina, thank you for your many years of service. You have guided us through incredibly difficult times. As if the daily grind of running a university is not enough, you've led us through the pandemic, the fiscal problems, and partnerships. And you did it all with kindness, compassion, humility, and determination, while never losing sight of Fielding's mission or its students, faculty, and staff. You have this unique ability to see both the big picture of Fielding in this changing world of technology and society and politics, and yet see the small details necessary to run the day-to-day operations of the university. And in a word, you are amazing. And I think about, how you have left Fielding in a better place than you found it. And more importantly, you left all the people of Fielding in a better place than you found them. And that is the students, the alum, the board, the staff, the whole community, myself included. So for that, I am eternally grateful and thankful. It's been my privilege and honor to work with you all these years. in my role on the board, but even before that, before I was on the board and you were just starting at the university, you and I worked on a search committee, and I saw right away your leadership capabilities in that revealed themselves quite quickly. I wish you only the best now and in your future endeavors. Thank you very much, Katrina. It's been my honor and privilege to work with you. I love you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wagenheim. Thank you so much for those lovely words. All right, so now let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible journey of President Rogers. Please enjoy this special tribute celebrating President Katrina S. Rogers.
You know, the adult learner, that is after about the age of 25, 26, brings a whole different set of values and experiences to the table when they're learning. They need the sort of environment where they tell me what they want to learn, where they demonstrate a common body of knowledge and experience that they have that they want to share and link together to scholarship. And so that's why we've created all kinds of ways and means for faculty and students to work closely as peer colleagues. That is unique. There is no other place on earth like Fielding.
Katrina when she came as provost of the university, and got to know her then because I was already a member of the board. And then she moved from provost and became president of the university, and I had the great fortune of working with her on a regular basis. And so our relationship was both in person here in Santa Barbara, it was also online, and it's been on the trips that we have taken over the last half-dozen years, where we've gone to some remarkable countries and learned so much about our world. And all of those things are because of your leadership, Katrina. It's just amazing.
President Rogers, I just want to, extend my heartfelt congratulations on your retirement. I just wish you all the best, and thank you so much for leaving such a wonderful mark here on Fielding, and all the people who work here and on me.
Katrina, it has been a privilege and an honor to know you and to watch you do what you do, which is magnificent.
Aloha, it's Patricia, as you know, one of your greatest admirers.
I'm witnessing what I imagine is a next and new chapter, and I'm wishing you all the best.
I'm sad to see you go, but I know there are better things ahead. So, again, love you.
I know Fielding doesn't have a football team, but if they did, I think I'd go down, grab the big flags, grab the pom-poms, and give you a big cheer.
Congratulations, Katrina, on your retirement, and a very big thank you for all you've done for Fielding.
Katrina, it's been an honor, and I hope you feel proud of your accomplishments here, because they are considerable.
Just want to send you a heartfelt congratulations and a bon voyage from this chapter of your leadership, Dr. Rogers.
I would urge you as you go forward to continue to be the mighty soul and mind you've always been,
I wish you great happiness and joy in your next chapter, Katrina.
Hi, Katrina. I just wanted to wish you all the best as you are moving to this next stage of life.
Thank you for all you've done for Fielding and for my family.
President Rogers, it's been a pleasure working with you.
You have made my career at Fielding more meaningful, more joyful, and more successful, and I could not have asked for anything more.
I can't even tell you how much I'm going to miss you. Your loss is going to be felt forever.
On this new journey, I wish you time to enjoy the natural world, to read the books you want to read, and to chase new dreams.
I started here many years before you got here, but there's never been anyone like you. What you have done for this university is unparalleled.
You are, among other things, one of the most selfless people that I know. It's a great pleasure to have worked with you. I wish you the very best as you continue into the next chapter of your life and your career.
Wow, what a video. Show some hearts for that if you show some hearts. Wonderful and lovely messages in the chat. Thanks to everyone who was a part of the video, and big shout out to Tim DeBolt, who put that lovely video together. So, man, thank you. Well, moving tribute. And yes, please keep on adding your love and your well wishes to President Rogers in the chat. We see you. Next, I would like to invite another special member to the Fielding fabric, to the virtual stage. He's adding his own layer to Fielding history as we speak. So please give a warm welcome to our interim president, Dr. John Bennett, to share his remarks. Dr. Bennett, and I think you're on mute.
You missed my energetic good morning or good afternoon, and wherever you are. And it is such a pleasure and a privilege to be with you today. We have board members, former board members, we have faculty, we have former faculty, we have alums who are always alums, and we have students all joining us today to commemorate, to celebrate, and to enjoy some time together as a community, but in celebration of Dr. Rogers. I got to know Katrina as a board member more than when I was a student. She started the year before I graduated. We didn't have much interaction then, but as was on the board for 5 years and had the opportunity of working closely with her, I gained a great deal of appreciation for her understanding of Fielding, her commitment to the mission of Fielding, our values, our future, and our past. She also has been inspirational in leading so many positive efforts to allow Fielding to live out that mission. And so I want to take a moment to highlight a few of those as we celebrate the accomplishments of this incredible leader. In the 12 years that Katrina served as president, 2 people shy, and I think if we did a little bit of digging, we could probably come up with 2 more, but 3,998 people received degrees and certificates from Fielding under her leadership. For me, that's a point where we can extend beyond ourselves and have an impact in the world. And that comes because of what we create at Fielding and what we're able to deliver to students in the community and out into the community as we think about this theme of changing the world, starting with our own. She also has been instrumental in creating and establishing 12 scholarships, 3 alumni awards, building relationships, affiliations, and partnerships with a variety of institutions and organizations, including the University of Virgin Islands, as well as with University of District of Columbia, North Carolina A&T, created a partnership with the Keystone Group that you're going to be hearing a lot more about in the future, the Santa Barbara Foundation, and of course, the Navajo Nation, all of which are ways that Fielding can partner in order to deliver the wonderful scholar practitioner model that we have to enable people to fulfill their dreams. She also established the University Press. What a great contribution, not only to the branding of Fielding, but to the reach that Fielding has by enabling so many people who are affiliated with us or who bring some great knowledge and skill to the table are able to disseminate their work in order to have a lasting impact. As the incoming interim president, and I keep reminding everyone on a daily basis that Katrina Rogers is still the president, and she keeps reminding me, and the days are clicking by. So for a few more days, that is. But she has, in this time, have been a tremendous support for me as we've had the opportunity of working very closely together over the last 2 months as part of this transition. The kind of partnership that I would want to have with anyone that I'm working so closely with. And then someone who is moving into the next stage of their own life journey, I'm also reminded of how much energy Katrina has, and that has not slowed down as she is launching into the next phase. Now, with that in mind, she also has made a commitment that she's going to continue to be involved to a limited extent during her sabbatical, which is so well deserved. But she also is going to be returning to the faculty upon completion of that sabbatical, allowing her to continue the scholarship and the teaching and the work with students and faculty and the entire community to further the kind of work that she has been a part of for so long. So it's my pleasure to say congratulations, Katrina. It's great to have had you as our president, and I hope that I can fulfill some of the great model that you have established as we continue the journey of building Fielding into the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Bennett, for those lovely, lovely words and energy that President Rogers does have. It is hard for me to keep up. Well, now it's my honor to introduce Dr. Natalie Vishnevsky, a proud Fielding alum who will share her reflections on the impact President Rogers has had on her and our community. So Dr. Vishnevsky, the virtual floor is yours.
Thank you, Brian. We gather today to celebrate Katrina Rogers, an exceptional leader whose influence extends well beyond the boundaries of our university. And as I thought about what should I say to honor Dr. Rogers, I found myself facing a challenge. How can it possible to capture and celebrate the remarkable career of a university president who has accomplished so much year after year? Each accomplishment, and John just listed a few of them, is by itself remarkable on its own. Each elevated Fielding scholarly contribution, visibility, and impact in the community. But what truly captures, I think, her impact, what truly captures can be found, I think, in personal stories of those of us who had the privilege of working with her and learning from her. And today, I want to share my experience as a doctoral student who had Katrina as my advisor and dissertation chair. I first met Katrina several years ago during Fielding winter session in Santa Barbara. At that time, I was going through a tough period of time in my life. And despite my commitment to Fielding, I was considering leaving because of family member health issues and overwhelming task of narrowing down my research focus. And then I met Katrina. And that meeting changed everything. Having her as my advisor not only transformed my academic journey, it transformed my life. Let me share one moment from that journey. I was working on the feedback from the committee and had 3 different ways I could move forward, and I couldn't decide which one to choose. All seemed valid, but exploring them would take months. At loss, I texted Katrina late in the evening without thinking about the day of the week or the time of the day. I'm stuck. I do not know what to do. Can we talk for 10 minutes? It was a weekend. Katrina was in England. I forgot about that detail for a moment. But she responded immediately, scheduling a call for the next morning. And on Sunday morning, She listened attentively to while I was explaining to her my dilemma. And then she suggested one path forward and ended with, I think this is what you were looking for. What do you think? And she was absolutely right. It was the path I needed but couldn't see because I was so overwhelmed by analysis paralysis. That's the magic of Katrina, gentle guidance. She helps you to find your own voice, a scholarly voice, but she always respects your creativity and independence. Her scholarly insights over the time that I was doing my dissertation was nothing short of transformative. As my dissertation chair, Katrina showed level of collaboration, diplomacy, and foresight that was truly extraordinary. She skillfully balanced different perspectives and kept research process moving forward. She created an environment that ensured timely feedback and clear directions. And here are the things about Katrina. She teaches simply by being herself. She leads by example with humility, grace, and genuine care for others. She inspires everyone around her to rise to her level naturally, drawing it out of you. Above all, Katrina is a kind, compassionate, and empathetic human being. There was times when I doubted myself, and Katrina was always there to remind me of my purpose and potential. Her ability to see best in people and bring out their strengths is truly unmatched. And she's not just a mentor, she's a trusted advisor, she's confident, and for me, she's a guiding light. Katrina, your gifts are endless, and you're a brilliant scholar, you're a visionary leader, and most importantly, you're extraordinarily warm and beautiful person. As you step into the next chapter of your life, I wish you all the joy and fulfillment in whatever you choose to do. I think your legacy will inspire generations to come, and I, along with everyone here, feel profoundly grateful to have the privilege of meeting you, learning from you, and working alongside of you. Thank you for everything, Katrina. I love you, and good luck in all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vishnevsky, for those really, really beautiful words. Okay, well, our next speaker is another distinguished Fielding alum whose journey has been deeply influenced by President Rogers. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Deborah Bucci.
Hi, everyone. It is such an honor to be able to celebrate Katrina in this way. And it's a bit surreal to be saying goodbye to her as president, because for me, she was much more than a university president. She was a trusted advisor. She was my mentor and was my dissertation chair, roles that she carried with her characteristic wisdom, grace, and unwavering support. I know many of us here can attest to her ability to make each individual feel seen, valued, capable of more than we ever imagined. And in my opinion, this is Katrina's greatest superpower. Katrina has always demonstrated an extraordinary ability to balance vision with compassion. Under her leadership and my tenure at Fielding, I got to watch it flourish as a hub for transformative education, fostering a sense of community that goes beyond academics. She called it a space for learners like me, who weren't just students, but we became explorers, encouraged to push boundaries and to bring our whole selves into the work, something that she reminded me of on many occasions. She did all of this while facing some of the toughest personal challenges of her life, showing us truly what courage, strength, and resilience truly looks like. In her role as my dissertation chair, she embodied the spirit of intellectual curiosity and dedication, because what I was studying was a little bit out of her realm, but she worked very hard to connect with it and to understand it. And in doing so, she didn't just guide me through this research. She inspired me to connect my work to a larger purpose, to think deeply about the impact it could have on the world, and to never lose sight of the human stories that were behind the data I was collecting. She exemplified to me what it means to be a true scholar practitioner, someone who lives her values both inside and outside of the academic world. Katrina, your contributions to fielding are huge. Everyone here has listed them endlessly. Your mentorship, your leadership have left an indelible mark on all of us, and especially me. I'm forever changed because of your guidance, wisdom, and believing in me. As you step forward into what life will bring you, I feel certain you will attack it with the same gusto you do everything in your life. And I hope that you find the same sense of discovery and joy that you so generously shared with all of us throughout your career. It's with deep gratitude for the countless ways, sorry, you've touched my life. And I will continue to honor your impact as I move forward. Thank you.
Oh boy. Thank you so much, Dr. Fuji, for sharing those really deeply heartfelt thoughts. I got still MC here. Can't be crying in front of everybody here. That'll be long. Well, and now, well, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. It's with great pride and gratitude and honor that I welcome President Katrina S. Rogers to share her reflections with us. President Rogers.
Well, I can hardly speak. Thank you so much. Ryan, can you hear me?
I can.
You're just hearing a different voice because I'm really choked up. So I'm so grateful for you all, and thank you for being here today. You know, many of you have sat in this chair. I know this because the fielding community tends to attract people who are about change, and you make considerable changes in your lives. I think there's research that shows something like over the course of our professional lives, many of us might make 8 or 10 or 11 changes in terms of our work and our purpose. So you know that mixture of gratitude that people show when they say good things, and also the slight embarrassment about it all. I feel very shy about being here today. But I've been in your chair too, and happy to be present to witness and participate in a change in a person's life. So I really thank you all to be here for that change for me. And thanks for all of you who were able to participate in person on January 9th at the in-person event in Santa Barbara. Thank you. It wasn't an easy week. There was the tragedy of the nearby fires, and they were experienced by many. And such is life, right? We're seeing this a lot more because of the way we can communicate now, how tragedy can sit side by side with our own joy and our own happiness. What I'd like to say today is if you have the passion to make a change and the means to do so, even if it's a struggle and there's a lot of uncertainty, I invite you to consider it. This is especially important as you age, and you can bring your experience to bear in new ways. I'm leaving the presidency now, feeling not quite finished in my work, which is one of the reasons I'm so thrilled to go back to the faculty. And I think for me, it's exactly the right time to leave when I feel a little wistful. I'm not quite done. I'm excited about the possibilities that fielding holds as a learning community about our future. And I know that the next leaders are going to be excellent. So I have so much confidence in us. As for me, I'm preparing for a page to turn and that new page to open. Catherine Bateson called this movement Composing a Life, and in another book, Composing a Further Life. And I am doing that. I'm composing a further life, bringing to bear all I've learned to become an active intellectual in the pursuit of ecological justice. This is a significant passion for me, and I take it on with both some trepidation and some humility. So to start, I'm writing a book. It's not fiction, but it's not nonfiction either. It's an ecological memoir, I'm calling it in my own mind. It's in the genre of an Aldo Leopold or Mary Austin and Wallace Stegner. Maybe it has traces of Michael Pollan and Jared Diamond as well. It's the most ambitious thing I've ever done, and it reminds me of the advice one of my faculty colleagues used to talk about with new doctoral students. They said part of the process of breakthrough learning is to let yourself be incompetently competent. That is, as successful people, which our students are, our graduates are, everyone on this call, you have to let yourself nest in uncertainty and remain curious and open in order to grow again in a new way. So I'd like to leave you with a few lines from my new project, which is unedited by me so far. I'm just writing, and I'm also not involving AI. But I thought today would be a way for me to start on the path of making more public some of the things that I'm writing. So you are my community, and it's a measure of my trust and respect for you to share just a few lines from my project, which I hope will turn into a book. I took a journey across the seas where the land rose to greet the plain and meet me once again, terra firma. Our ancestors never left the ground of their kin, wrapped in the embrace of time. For us moderns, it is no wonder that we are so disconnected from nature. I think of that nameless Kenyan village hundreds of miles from Nairobi, where the ancient and present intersect, where the women's feet leave ripples of dust far from paved airports and close to their mothers and their fathers, and their fathers' fathers and mothers. The Sambarus sell their well-made but overpriced wares to international visitors so they can buy cattle for their peregrinations across the parched landscape, where water means life and drought means death. And in Switzerland, where an old woman I helped up the hill with her groceries said she never left her village of Tesh, just a few miles from Zermatt that oversees over 2 million visitors a year. Everything she needed was right there around her, although she admitted her children had all left for the big city of Montreux, a town of 24,000 people. I keep moving through immigration, past customs and cash machines, always seeking connection to place. I took a journey to ask the essential question, how will our human story turn out? Across continents and countries and people, seeing but not seeing, hearing but not listening. I keep moving, hailing Ubers and taxis, seeking the center, finding peace in people's smiles, knowing peace is not possible, but believing in it anyway. I want to heal destroyed nature, explain we didn't mean it. I want to heal the stony heart, starting with mine. An ambiguous gray sky clouds my mind. There must be a way forward. We are among the most adaptable species on Earth. Surely this is a conundrum to be resolved, not an impossibility. Thank you all, and see you on the trail.
Thank you so much, President Rogers, for your beautiful reflections. And I think it's a time for us all to show some love by throwing some hearts on our screens of how much we love you and care about you and appreciate all that you've done. So let's get some hearts out there, everybody.
Okay, I'm going to do this too. I do love you all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, President Rogers. This is unscripted here, everybody, but I should have probably never put lotion on my face because these tears are stinging my eyes. Thank you so much. Well, we have a special treat. Associate Provost for Institutional Effectiveness and Continuous Improvement, Dr. Alma Butin Martinez, will share an original poem written for this very, very lovely occasion. So please welcome Dr. Butin Martinez. Alma?
Thank you, Brian. President Rogers, congratulations on your retirement. May your retirement be filled with the things you love the most. From all of us at Fielding, thank you for your commitment, hard work, and vision in leading the university for the last 12 years. I hope this new chapter of your life brings you joy, peace, and fulfillment. Since we both share a deep appreciation for nature, I am honored to share a poem I wrote about the power and beauty of the elements: light, air, water, and fire. Last week, with my husband's help, we used ChatGPT to generate images for each stanza of the poem. I hope you'll enjoy the images as well. She always surrounds you. May nature's beauty captivate your spirit. May you rediscover the majestic rise and fall of the sun, how its rays tint all they touch with love, springing life upon its fertile soil. May the simple realization trigger joy in the rise and fall of your chest. Follow her lead, grow from her. She always surrounds you. As she travels through the wind, she cradles in her arms the sweet aromas of trees, grass, and brush, rejoicing in the moisture that fills the fragrant air. May the crisp air inspire the unopened buds in your mind and heart to open soulfully. Follow her lead, breathe deeply, she always surrounds you. During the evening storm, she dances with water and light. Fleeting abstractions mark the wet ground and move into the shadows of the night. Find your calm in the gentle rain. Follow her lead with a simple gaze. She always surrounds you. She brightens the evening with a living fire, releasing the dormant light trapped in wood. The embers uproot themselves and journey up to their point of origin, the stars. May the smell of burning cedar and the crackling fire inspire you to release your light. Rejuvenate your spirit with laughter and reflection. Follow her lead, feel her warmth. She always surrounds you. And here are my references for the images. Congratulations, President Rogers. Wish you the very best. And thank you again for all you've done.
Thank you so much, Alma, for that beautiful and moving piece. So it's 11:37. We'll be looking at Elena, but I think this is the time for those who are out here who've joined us, who would like to raise their hand, maybe say something that's on their hearts that they haven't said in chat to President Rogers. We have a hand up. Anybody?
Yes, we do
Looks
have
like we have
Dr.
Elena.
Dr. Blake Willis is first, followed by Dr. Nelson, and then Ann Townsend.
Katrina, how do we get so lucky to have you with us? My goodness, this is the journey of a lifetime for all of us. All those images that Alma just shared in her beautiful poem. Oh, it's just the beginning. This doesn't feel like an end to me. It feels like a beginning. And I hope it feels that way for you too. We love you.
Annabelle, Dr. Nelson.
Yeah, hey, Katrina. Girlfriend. In 2001, Katrina welcomed my family into her home where my husband was getting a job at the Grand Canyon Trust. And Katrina was this amazing vice president of the Grand Canyon Trust. She was getting the cattle ranchers on the north rim of the Grand Canyon to stop cattle grazing, and among many things. And what I love about you most, so many things, but you think outside the box. So Katrina and I started the Bad Book Club. Instead of the best books in the New York Times, we got the trashiest mystery we can read. No, that's not totally true. But anyway, I saw you associate dean, as interim provost, as president, and it's just a joy, and I love you so much.
Love you, Annabelle. Namaste.
Anne?
I was struggling with staying in school after already having my master's, and Katrina helped me in many ways, first in her mentoring, but also including me in several different ways that made me feel valued and gave me a sense of myself that I didn't even see for myself. And the other thing that is really important is the idea of being peers with your educators. I've been in a lot of different experiences across 4 universities, and after leaving each one, I always felt like, okay, that's done, that's over. Or I was shoved to the side because of some institutional hierarchy thing that I didn't quite understand, because I was a customer also. But I didn't have to worry about that quite so much at Fielding, first of all. But most importantly, I am a peer to the people that teach me and the people that learn with me and the people that I affect with my research. And I'm important. And she told me that I have an important voice. And I'm sure that she feels that about all of her students and all of her faculty. But it's so refreshing to feel it inside that I have a voice that's important to be heard, and that my teaching in the future, when I go on to academia, will always be transformed because of her leadership as well as my faculty's. Thank you, Katrina, so much for everything you've done.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you. Beautiful.
Nicola next, and then Connie and Linnea.
Katrina, you have heard me express my gratitude for these years that we've had you as president in so many forums that it's probably challenging my originality to say something new, but it doesn't at all challenge how deeply and how strongly I feel about the contribution that you have made to this university, to this institution. And I can only be pleased that you have that further journey where you will be joining faculty and we will be colleagues yet again. And I do look forward for us and for you for that period. And I second all the wonderful things that were said about your having a life outside of Fielding as well. Thank you.
I think my name was up next. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
I'll just jump in. Katrina, as I sit here going through all the memories of how I first met you when you hired me, got excited about the background I brought in the field of aging and gerontology. And then I just had this flash of when your mother was going through her final days and years of life, and how you were so dedicated to your family and to our community. And you just have brought so much kindness, heartfulness, and making Fielding a place that's still for me a community, and for all of us a communitas. And I look forward to being your retirement doula, because retiring is both a death and a rebirth. So count on me, and I look forward to our continued association. Much love and success to you in this transition.
Thank you, Connie.
And Linnea, and then followed by Dr. Keith Early.
All right, can you hear me? Okay, first of all, thank you so much for helping to diversify Fielding. There were times when some of us who were people of color or on the other side of the fence really contemplated leaving Fielding because it wasn't doing a good enough job with its commitment to diversity and inclusion. And that's particularly important now, given what's going on with our president and so on and so forth. So thank you for being involved in the diversification of Fielding. It's made it a better and stronger place. Also, thank you for having a sense of humor, which is sorely absent in a lot of leadership experience. It's a very important ingredient to both leading and to change. And then thank you also for being who you are in spite of what you had to go through yourself personally, and in your own personal and family life. You still stay true to your commitment to lead Fielding in its next chapters. And all of that's deeply appreciated. So like Nicola, we hope we'll have a chance to participate with you in the next chapters of life. And that will create in you the desire to hang on and continue to be with us into that next zone.
Thank you, Linnea. Thank you for saying that.
Keith?
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, my dear, dear friend. Katrina, you occupy that sweet spot between colleague, leader, and most importantly, friend. And that friendship is what I will carry with me for the rest of my life. All of the conversations, the one-on-one conversations, the conversations on the board, conversations over dinner, conversations that I was able to have with Bill. All of that was a result of a blessing that you have been to me. And so I honor you, I salute you, and I deeply appreciate you. You are better at retirement than I am. Yeah.
I'm going to try to be, Keith.
But you continue to inspire me in that regard as well. So congratulations. You are a wonderful, wonderful friend, and I extend all of my love to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith.
We have Dr. Charles McClintock, followed by Dr. Lick Lathrop, and after that we may have one more person. So raise your hand if you're that person now, so we can put you in the queue.
Katrina, I hope you're enjoying this day. I know you are in many ways. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, as have many, that nature abhors a vacuum. That is, the space will get filled. And boy, did you fill the space. We are so lucky for your intelligence. I mean, you are one smart cookie with a broad range of knowledge, for your undying dedication to students, to staff, and to faculty. And, not many administrative leaders can touch as many people as you have, or stay engaged with students as much as you have. So we have truly benefited from that with your leadership. And finally, your graciousness. Grace can't be taught. It's something that a person brings to the table. And we have benefited from your grace and your graciousness. So it is with real mixed feelings, like I think everybody has, that we say goodbye to you as president, but we welcome you back as president emeritus and as faculty member. Good luck in everything that you do.
Thank you, Charles.
Next, we have Rick.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Katrina, for being a friend to me and to being willing to spend time with me. I'm not Dr. Lathrop, I'm Master Lathrop. They used to call me that when I was about 8 years old, but I still feel young at heart. And being able to share time with you and to enjoy your friendship, your openness, your willingness to share dreams with me and with my wonderful mentor, Don Bushnell, to talk about ways that we think fielding might expand its reach. And I hope that we are able to accomplish some of that with you. You've indicated interest in your next life to continue to support fielding, and I look forward to continuing to dream with you and maybe making some of those dreams come true. But thank you so much for your friendship, your openness, for your support, and we've been so blessed to have you as part of this community and really look forward to collaborating with you more in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick, so much for being here.
And we have Dr. Dorothy Agargupta.
Hi, Katrina. I'd like to share something that you're very aware of. Many years ago, when I was Associate Dean for the Doctoral Studies, working with Charles as Dean, I wanted to move to Canada with my husband, who's a Fielding alum. And at the time, Fielding did not allow administrators to live outside of Santa Barbara. We had to work in the office. So I regretfully resigned as Associate Dean for the Doctoral Studies. And we had an opening. I was lucky enough to interview one of your references, and he told me at the time, she'll be an amazing associate dean, but she's going to be president someday. I shared that with Charles and Judy Long and the other associate deans at the time. Well, lo and behold, you became president, and it took a little bit. You had to go into an interim provost role. But then now, I'm just so delighted because now I'm in the process of retiring from fielding in the next couple of years as an active faculty, core faculty, and you're going to come back and be a core faculty again. And so what starts goes around and comes around. So Katrina, thank you so much for taking time and effort and devoting so much to fielding in the most important role of president. And now I know that when you come back as a core faculty, fielding will benefit so much. And so you're keeping it going. So thank you, Katrina.
Thank you, Dorothy. More to come for both of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Dr. Agagupta. Is that it, Elena?
I'm seeing Lenny Wildflower is raising her hand, so I'm putting her on spotlight. We just have a few more moments for that. Lenny, the mic is yours. Wait, and you need to unmute yourself. Let's see.
Yeah. Thank you. Katrina breeds collaboration. She breathes it. She helps. It's in her DNA. At least my experience of her. I don't want to talk to her about what she and we've worked together, and I'll tell you, there's nobody who can help be as inclusive and at the same time as clear about the goal in terms of where we might go. Like Katrina, I live and breathe and am passionate about the environment, and all I can say is that it's astonishing what she can do. It's a light touch, but it's inclusive and collaborative. Thanks, Kat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much, Dr. Wildflower. Thank you so much for everyone who just raised their hands and shared their beautiful thoughts and their memories of President Rogers. I want to thank everyone who contributed to today's celebration, Dr. Alma Martinez, Dr. Bucci, Dr. Vishnesky, Dr. Bennett, Interim President Bennett, of course, our board chair, Dr. Wagenheim. Of course, we gotta show love to thank you so much to President Rogers for your leadership and your love and your kindness. I'm gonna give a very special shout out to Elena Nicholson, our Vice President for University Relations, for leading this lovely event, and Marlon Bartista, who assisted in hosting this. Another big shout out to our Director of Marketing, Tim DeBow, for his lovely video. And you can find that video in its entirety on our YouTube channel. So please check it out. And I believe Elena put that link there. And also, Marlon just put it that if you're celebrating, if you would like to make a gift on our President Rogers, you can go ahead and support the President Katrina S. Rogers Faculty Research Endowment by visiting this link. And I think that is it. Thank you to everyone for being here. That is it.
Brian, don't we have to thank
I want to
Brian?
say thank you to Brian. Yeah, Annabelle, we were thinking completely aligned. Just thank you, Brian, for being the MC here and all month. And you won't have to hear too many more moving tributes, but I am overwhelmed by everyone's appreciation and love and compassion. And there's definitely more to come. And I look forward to working with you all in new ways. But Brian, I'm going to miss you most of all in this way. but we will always be connected. And I just want to thank you for being such a good leader in the things that you do.
Yay, Katrina!
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Congratulations so
Thank
much
you.
for joining us,
Thank
everybody.
you
That's
all.
it.
Continue
Feels like manumission.
celebrating President Rogers and her legacy by showing some love and care to your fellow friends and your community. That's how you keep that legacy going. Here, building it.
You got it.
Abrazos.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye,
Bye bye.
everybody.
Bye. Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Bye.